more perspectives you have, the better understanding you may have of the market and where it's heading. So I'm actually going to flick to the Alpha Impact page just to kind of bring this idea to fruition. So back in February the 7th, I actually did make this post, which kind of showed you this orange trend here on the Bitcoin. So this is Bitcoin to the US dollar, US Tether chart. And this kind of top orange trend was something, and this bottom orange trend were the two key lines that I was interested in, right? So I really dumbed this down. I said, okay, look, my normal charts are a bit hectic, and you'll see in the other ones I'm going to show they are very crazy, but I tried to tone them down so that anyone can understand, right? So these two are the things I was very interested in back on February the 7th. And not much has changed, to be honest. So you can see here we've got the orange trends both playing out here. And I believe at the time, back on around February 7th, so the market was probably somewhere around here. So we hadn't actually broken above the orange trend, but the way we kind of played out over the last couple of months is that we've just been floating. We've been lost. We didn't really get enough momentum. I think this was a big area where everyone was very convinced, that things were going to go well, but I was expecting a resistance. In all honesty, I was expecting it a little bit higher, somewhere around here. I was hoping about 50K, 51K, but we didn't quite make it. And then you can see over the whole period from about April through till early May, we were actually kind of just literally riding along this line pretty much perfectly. This is on a 12-hour chart, so every two bars together represents a day. And you can see we kind of got into this area around 5th of May, 6th of May, and you can see around here. So just when we started to slip into this triangle here in the middle on the 4th, 5th, 6th of May, this was worry signs for me, because I mean this candle in itself, that was a 7.9% drop in a day. That in itself was a big red flag and a warning. And for me at the time, so I'll maybe flip to the Alpha Impact page. So I've been talking about my ideas consistently, kind of going through what I've been saying. I've also gone on different charts as a Total 3, for instance, not just Bitcoin. But my most recent post, which I'll come up to at the top, was basically saying that I'm very concerned. I'm on the brink of selling out. If you can see here, we were actually sitting in the middle of that triangle. I put a red zone underneath, basically saying, okay, I'm very worried. We're on the verge of losing the upwards trend since the summer of 2021. And if we break to around 35K, it is very likely that things will continue. As I'm sure everyone knows, over the last few weeks, since May 6th, we've actually seen a local bottom of Bitcoin around 25K. So I kind of was here at this point in time, and for me, the logical thing to do was to sell out and wait. I would happily mitigate some of my risk by, maybe I wouldn't be able to get this little bit of pump from 36 up to maybe 38 or something like that. But instead, I've sold out, I've waited, and now I've watched pretty much my whole portfolio crash at least 50% in the last, what would have been my portfolio anyway, in the last kind of 2-3 weeks.